Alrighty. Yeah, so my name's Bill Henry. I'm the Stewardship and Projects Coordinator for Trust Montana. We are a statewide community land trust that is bringing our program to Billings. So we're really excited about that. A couple things about Trust Montana to get us started. We were formed in 2010. We have about 36 properties around the state, 35 homes that are permanently affordable for home ownership opportunity, and we have one farm as well. Our homes are located in Red Lodge, Roberts, Livingston, Bozeman, Belgrade, Helena, and Missoula. So, like I said, really excited to be able to bring this program to Billings. We know that there's some affordability issues everywhere around the state, so the more that we can expand, I think that's the best for everyone.
Yep.
The majority of our homeowner, or the average homeowner savings in our program is about $120,000. So looking at what the market rate price is to what our homeowners actually pay for and what they get a loan for. Our staff lives in Missoula, Walkerville. Ermina is joining us today, and then our executive director, Don Conklin, lives in Ennis. So we're really a statewide program trying to bring community land trusts into some of the smaller communities around the state, as well as places that don't already have a community land trust. The majority of our funding for homeownership opportunities comes from the Montana Department of Commerce and its home or CDBG funding. And then we've also worked with a lot of land donations in the past as well. So for this project in Billings, we've got a grant from the Montana Department of Commerce out of their home funds. So, what is a community land trust? So, CLT is a nonprofit organization that holds land for the benefit of the community. The model can be used to hold housing, farmland, commercial property, and other community assets in trust, and to preserve their affordability so that average folks can be able to have access to the land. Sometimes we get confused with a conservation land trust or a real estate trust. But we're a different model. Conservation land trusts are for wildlife, whereas we're trying to give a habitat for humans, I guess you could say. And then one other aspect that makes us a bit different from a lot of other nonprofits is that we have a tripartite board. So it's community members, and then CLT homeowners themselves also have the opportunity to serve on our board. And then also housing experts serve on our board as well. So how does the CLT work? Homeowners, businesses, or farmers purchase and own the improvements, so just the structures, but not the land. The community land trust owns the land underneath the homes, and then the CLT leases the exclusive right to the use and occupy the land to the homeowner for a term of 75 years and for a small monthly fee pursuant to our ground lease. So right now, our ground lease fee is $50 a month that the homeowners pay to us to rent the land. So another way to put it is that the CLT takes the cost of the land out of the home's purchase price. Home buyers may also take advantage of other subsidy to help lower the purchase price of the home. There's other programs that help specifically with closing costs that we've seen people use in the past as well. Really, kind of whatever programs are out there, we can kind of match that with us bringing the land as well. The specific terms of the ground lease ensure that subsidy is not lost on resale. So we think this is a really good model for getting public funds, putting them into the land, and then that subsidy gets to benefit homeowners over the life of the home. So the way we're in another way to put it is the home buyer who gets a great deal on a home agrees to pay it forward to the next qualified buyer. So in our ground lease, there's a number of benefits and restrictions. The homeowner benefits by getting a reduced purchase price on the home. They get to own the home actually, and they get stable housing costs. So they're not, subject to rent increases. They're stuck with what they get with the mortgage, and then they earn limited equity as well. So a lot of our model works off of a 1.5% equity. So if they bought the home for 150,000, after 7 years, which is the average amount of time that somebody stays in a home, they can sell it for about 165,000. We have partnerships that provide homeowner education as well. A lot of the funding, and especially for this program, the home funding, does require that the buyers take a HUD certified home buyer course. So we've partnered with the HRDC in Billings, and they know that we've got homeowners or home buyers that are coming their way to take that class. We also provide long-term stewardship support. So that's really my job, is to be a liaison with the homeowners and make sure everything's going okay, to let them know about different opportunities that are coming up that they might be able to take advantage of. One example was that there was a good amount of funding for energy efficiency projects. So a couple of our homeowners were able to get new doors, new windows, and things like that that I was able to let them know about. And then homeowners can also devise their home to an heir, so they can leave it to somebody else. That's in their will. So a nice benefit for them. So as far as the restrictions, the resale price is limited by formula, which I mentioned a little bit ago. So there is limited market equity that they can get, but it's really all about passing the deal that they get on the home on to the next person as well. They can only resell the home to other income qualified buyers. So for this program, that'll be up to 80% of area median income for Yellowstone County. They have to use the home as a primary residence. They are allowed to have roommates, and they could potentially Airbnb out a single, room of their home if they wanted to, but they can't turn it into like an investment property. And then the CLT also retains a first right of refusal. So we haven't had to exercise this yet, but if for some reason, the home gets, completely trashed or something like that, we have the ability to buy it back, get it cleaned up. We have some money set aside for that purpose, and then we can get it to another income qualified buyer after that as well. So stewardship, this is, like I said, this is my job. This is kind of what sets CLTs apart from other homeownership programs. Stewardship is the CLT's long-term commitment to support the homeowners. Our goals of stewardship are to promote the success of the homeowners, protect the affordability of the homes, preserve the quality and conditions of the homes for future generations, and then also prevent the loss of public investments and homeowner returns as well. Just a little bit of the history of CLTs. The very first community land trust was started in Georgia in 1969. It was called New Communities Inc., and it was a 6,000-acre farm that grew out of the civil rights era effort to establish a new form of tenure ownership for Black farmers and their families. So these were folks that were trying to vote, and they were getting forced off the land that they were renting by the landowners for doing that. And so they really found a refuge at New Communities Inc. to be able to build a home and to also work the land there as well. Um, so fast forward to today, there are over 250 CLTs in 45 states and the District of Columbia. In Montana specifically, we have about 300 community land trust homes that are spread out. There's Front Step CLT in Missoula, Northwest Montana Community Land Trust in Kalispell, Southwest Montana Community Housing Trust in Bozeman, and the Big Sky Community Housing Trust in Big Sky as well. Headwaters Community Housing Trust in Bozeman has their own neighborhood. And then there's Trust Montana, and we're a statewide CLT that's trying to fill the gaps in where other CLTs aren't currently working. So, over a 50-year period, if each family lives in a home for about 7 years, which is about average, that can offer seven families a chance at the American dream. Nationally, 6 out of 10 CLT homeowners use earned equity to purchase a traditional market rate home. So once they get into this home, They can, we're not checking incomes every year. It's just before they get into the home. And then once they do, they're able to, grow in their careers. And then hopefully they get to a point where it doesn't make sense financially for them to live in a resale restricted home. And then they can pass it off and sell to the next income qualified individual. Over 99% of CLT homeowners avoid foreclosure, and that's because the CLT really acts as a backstop. We're walking hand in hand with the homeowners as they go through their homeownership journey, and we're, really there to help. So if we, find out that something is going wrong with them, that they're having a tough time making payments, we can step in and help out. And then, if it's gotten to a really bad point, hopefully we can uh, make them make a quick sale, help them make a quick sale, and then keep that home in the community land trust. So 95% of CLT homes nationally continue to be priced affordably, so under 30% of monthly income. Montana incomes are rising at about 3% every year. Our equity restriction is 1.5%, so the home price is hopefully going to stay below everybody's rising incomes and continue to be affordable. And then 7 out of 10 CLT homeowners are first time buyers. So we're really hope our goal is to really help the folks that are stuck renting that really don't foresee that they'll ever be able to purchase a home. These are exactly the type of folks that we're trying to help get into a home uh, for the first time. So here's an example of some work that we did in Red Lodge. Over since about 2019, we've got 14 homes built, 10 home ownership, and 4 rentals. In this photo here, the 4 home ownership units are in the back, and then there's 4 rental units here that are 2 stories. And then across the street, there's 6 more homes that were the original ones actually. And here's one of our homeowners in front of the home that she built uh, with Habitat for Humanity from Helena. And the original homes were priced at about 175,000. The 4 newest homes were priced between 236 and 246,000. Meanwhile, the median home price in Red Lodge is about $502,000. So you can really see how the benefits of the community land trust model and also partnering with other nonprofits were able to provide those savings. So yeah, looking at our Billings program, we're really excited to partner with McCall Homes. They've been absolutely terrific thus far. They have 4 2-bedroom, 2-bath townhomes that will be in an HOA, and they're currently under construction. And they are priced at 260,000 each for market rate. Trust Montana will award up to 90,000 in down payment assistance from the Montana Department of Commerce's home funding. We do have a specific ratios that we're going to try and get folks into, and this will actually really determine how much of a down payment assistance that they get. We need to be able to get their mortgage with a front end ratio of 28 to 32%, and then their back end can actually go up to 45% for this program, which is great. We're going to open up our application period in January, and it'll pretty much be that full month where everybody can apply. We have a pretty substantial application. It requires a lot of supporting documents. Um, and then once we go through all the applications, find all of the buyers that are income qualified, then the 4 buyers will be selected by random drawing. And then, as I said, the ground lease fee is $50 a month. So here is the 2025 HUD income limits for Yellowstone County. The new ones don't come out until April, so we're going to be operating off of these limits. But I think, we're really looking for folks, family size 1 to 4 for these 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Um, So, having this program in Yellowstone County and Billings, these incomes are a bit higher, income limits are a bit higher than what we've seen around the rest of the state. So that's, I think, actually beneficial for the program. And it's determined on family size here. So the more people that you have in the family, the higher it goes. So what lenders need to know? And we can answer some questions after this, but this is kind of what we came up with that would be specific to you guys. So Montana Board of Housing, Rural Development, and Fannie Mae all purchase CLT mortgages. We have all three of those in our portfolio currently. I actually got your guys's emails from a list that I got from MBOH. Right now, I think they're offering probably the best rates at about 5.25 or 5.5%. And they do have a special set aside for CLT buyers in their 80% combined program as well. CLT loans are usually PMI free due to the subsidy invested that creates a beneficial affordable loan to value ratio. So the money that we're bringing, they're only going to have to get a mortgage for maybe, 170 to 190,000. And if they have some money saved up, they can add that in as well if they would like. The loan is secured by the homeowner's fee simple interest in the improvements and a leasehold interest in the land. So that's how the title commitment is typically written out. If the CLT home is foreclosed and the CLT can't find a buyer or cure the default, the resale restrictions are stripped from the home and the bank can sell it to a market rate buyer. But the land does remain in CLT ownership as well. And then another fact is that the buyers of CLT homes cannot have a co-signer. So it's just one, person or married couple that are able to purchase the home because we're offering them at such a lower rate. So appraiser education is very important. Trust Montana provides appraisers with instructions for how to accurately appraise a CLT home. CLT appraisal standards were developed by Fannie Mae, and we're going to pass this out to everybody as well so that you can get a copy of it. And then this appraisal value is compared with the sale price to establish that loan to value ratio. So yeah, thanks for joining us, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Sounds like you did a thorough job, Bill.
Amazing. That's awesome. And my email is, always open, or you could give me a call. I'll send out a bunch of materials to folks after this meeting, probably this afternoon sometime. So if you guys end up having any questions or anything like that, please don't hesitate to reach out. It's literally my job to do that. So happy to answer any questions you might think of.
I guess I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
I was curious about the 75-year ground lease versus we usually see a 99-year ground lease. So I was just wondering why the difference there.
Yeah, so when we first started, there is a state law that says 75 years is the max lease that city lots can take. So I'm not sure if that, means that we could do 99 if it was out in the county. But just for our kind of books and clerical easiness, we chose to stick with a 75-year ground lease.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, alrighty. Well, thanks very much for joining us on what I'm assuming is your guys' lunch break. I hopefully leave you guys enough time to eat some lunch and have a good rest of your day. please, yeah, like I said, feel free to reach out with any questions you might have. If you have any buyers in mind, and I'll try and shoot out this. Uh, yeah, I think Ermina got the question there. So, yeah, I'll try and find out an easy way to send out this recording so people can refer back to it as well. Alrighty, well, thanks very much, you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thanks,
have a good
everybody.
one.
See you.